up and you can like put it on one of those things that like I don't know why his elbows don't work, but or shoulders or whatever.
It doesn't surprise me. His elbows
it
don't
drops it
work.
on there. So are you good? Are you good bowling?
No,
You got your own ball and your own shoes and stuff?
No. Len's good, but he doesn't have his own ball and shoes. He's good when he bowls.
So let me ask you this: after the age
That's
of COVID,
right, Charles. Charles says, what can't Jannelle do? Thank you, Charles.
through your feet.
We went to like a roller skating rink and with the kids and they had some kind of special spray they put in those shoes. I don't know if anything can kill what's going on in shoes though. Especially
your
Janelle's
shoes.
feet. Oh man. Wow. So
Yeah, I know.
you can ask your financial questions and such, but we do have something today. I walked in the studio and here's the thing, when I leave the studio and come back, I never know what I'm going to find when I come in here.
Oh my gosh, Brian, you need a life.
What am I doing right now?
Wow.
Like, she does weird stuff. Like, there was one time for like a couple weeks, she had like a bucket of sand she was eating for breakfast. Remember that?
It was walnuts.
Remember the bucket of sand?
I remember.
And you moved on from that.
Yeah, I did. Oh, actually, I still have some. But
And then she'll
this
like,
one looks better.
her purse is like Mary Poppins. I mean, she'll pull out
Yeah,
a
it's
gallon of
weird.
milk.
Yeah,
She pulls out, today, she did it today.
I know.
Show him what you did today. She goes, Brian, look at this. She pulls that out of her purse. So you think I'm exaggerating, and I'm not.
No.
So I walk in, like normally if you got cereal, if you're having cereal for breakfast, you take the box out of the cabinet, you open the top, you pour it into a bowl, you get your gallon of milk, and you put that in. I walk in the studio, and this is what she's doing with her Frosted Mini Wheats. I'm like, really? That's how you eat your cereal, Jannelle?
I like just kind of like picking Frosted Mini Wheats out. Because the milk, if there's no milk, it doesn't ruin the frosted part.
Right.
So I
yes,
asked.
thank you. He doesn't know.
I asked Len
I'm with you on this.
about this. I said, Len, I texted him a picture of this. I said, is this how she eats cereal? In my house, we use a bowl of milk. And Len says, what the mess is she doing eating from a bag?
Does Len really talk like this?
Yeah, he does.
He does.
Yeah. Have you seen Medea?
No, he has not seen it. Yeah.
No.
You remember Homie the Clown?
Oh, yeah.
Len
That's
is Homie
Len.
the Clown without the
Yeah.
clown makeup and everything.
That's one.
He also said, she's acting like I don't feed her. Please someone take the bag and give her some milk.
Or like, do you do this thing? He'll go to the grocery store and call me.
I don't do that thing. I never
You
go to the
don't?
grocery store. I don't even know
He'll-
where are the grocery stores.
He'll go to BJ's and he'll be like, yo, what do we need? We need this. We don't need that. We need that. No, we don't need that.
I go to Costco all the time, so yeah. I
And
should
you
have done
tell-
my vow renewal at Costco.
You really should have.
Yes.
How long
People
have
do
you
that
been
stuff.
a Costco fan?
Actually,
Oh.
member is the correct word, but thank you.
Well, no, he's a fan. Well,
He's
I'm
an
a member.
executive member?
I am an executive member.
Because you get better deals on mortgages there with that.
You do, and you get a lot of cash back. So they give me my money back for my membership every year.
I feel like we should get a special entrance with that level of membership.
Yeah, like a valet entrance.
Yeah, where they park our car and
Mrs.
everything.
Szafranski, thank you for coming to Costco.
Did you realize I'm an executive member? Excuse me?
Yes.
Charles says, I'm a
Red
mom
carpet.
and I'm always prepared for everything. Thank you, Charles.
Aunt Twee's here.
Rob says, I just tuned in
Hi, Aunt
to
Twee.
see that Brian was still with us after his near-death experience. The edges.
Yeah, just to prove to you the cultural phenomena, Dave had no, until this morning when we explained what happened yesterday, Dave does not know what edges are.
I have no idea.
His edges are great, by the way. Aren't they? They're tight.
It's Gorilla Glue.
It's Gorilla Glue. But there were people that were panicked that I was actually going to consider touching her hair yesterday.
Panicked.
Yeah.
They're like, no,
'Cause I
don't
guess
do it.
That's not a thing.
Don't, Dave, don't touch her hair.
That's her real hair?
Oh, that was good.
So how are the edges today, Jannelle? How do you feel
My
about them?
edges. They
Why do you always
come
go
back.
up here? I thought they were
Look,
down here.
I'm struggling on this side.
How do you
see?
take care
Look,
of edges? What's the...
There's a. Oh, I don't have my.
So wait, edges start up here?
For me, they
Edges are
start up
all-
here.
This is
They're
all
back.
the edges.
So it's all over here.
And back here, depending.
I got an edge right
But
there, kind of.
Today
Yeah, you
I
got
was
it.
struggling right there, and so in the car I have my edge cream.
Is that what it's called?
It's not. Yeah, I can show you.
Well, I mean, we believe you. What motive do you have to lie about edge cream?
I mean, they got different names depending on
You
the
never know.
company, but that's really.
It's kind of like motor oil or something, or
Or some people use hairspray. I don't like hairspray.
Or Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla Glue if you're in a bind.
Literally.
A lot of Polish people use lard because we have it left over from whatever we're cooking, so we just lard up.
So you just...
Yeah. It's a moisturizer, it's a hair cream, a bath oil.
It's-
My favorite essential oil is actually bacon grease. I don't know if you know.
I like that a lot.
Christopher has a financial question. Do you think that cryptocurrency will replace gold as a storage of wealth?
Probably
Right.
not. Probably not. Because gold actually has a storage of wealth. It is a...
Precious metal.
There's something there. There's something there that you could say, oh, here's my gold and it's worth this. It is interesting to see what's going on with Bitcoin right now, really driven by some extremely large purchases. But yesterday, the Department of Justice charged 3 North Koreans with stealing hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars of Bitcoin. And what they do is really ingenious.
Which is shocking that they even have the internet in North Korea.
North Korea is the largest counterfeiter of currencies in the world because
Really?
it's state sponsored.
Oh.
So when your government says, "Oh, by the way, we're going to buy the printing presses and the ink and the special paper that the United States and Europe and England use," it's pretty easy to counterfeit. And they spend a lot of time because remember, Brian, they can't trade on the open market. It's not like they could say, "We have this product, we'd like to sell it to you." We don't let them do that because
we don't like
find
them.
other ways.
I mean, we like them, but
Well,
we love
I
them.
mean,
Like,
we could like them. We could like them if they would play ball a little bit. But you know, they're a nuclear power, so we have to do things that we wouldn't normally do. But so they have to find ways to generate income. And one of the ways that they did it was they designed apps to hold your Bitcoin or your cryptocurrency, and then they stole it from those apps. So they're really good thieves. And it's one of the things that about cryptocurrency that I don't like is it ever really secure? Could you ever really say, I know where it is, I know what it's worth, and I can use it for this? I don't think so. And that's why I don't like it. I mean, I understand it. People are making a lot of money off of it. However, I don't think that I would own it.
Have you heard of people talking about getting... Wait, Rachel
Their
said
edges greased?
grown, not edges, part 2. Thank you.
you see what Charles said?
Alright. We were not panicked. We were just protecting you from the blowback, Brian.
Here's what we could do. I could bring in a pair of clippers and just get those edges super tight.
There you go. That would be nice.
And
You
then
got
maybe-
dangerously close to touching her hair, buddy. Didn't you listen earlier? Yeah. You're already too close, right, Jannelle? Don't even look at it. Don't look at it.
So I've heard some people talking about take your money out of
Go on, take your money and run.
and put it in gold.
Take your
because
money and run.
the economy and all that. Have you heard
It's
that?
story about Jack Bisou.
I have heard that every year since 1986.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, every year there's.
Wow.
You know, you think about if you were going to take your money out of the market because something bad was happening, would 2020 not have been the year?
The year.
We had the pandemic, we shut everybody down, you couldn't go to work. I mean, for a while, I was driving on the road, I was like, I think the zombie apocalypse happened. There was nobody on the roads, and still somehow our economy see, the thing about the United States economy that is unique is that it is extremely diverse. And so to withstand a shock like we did in 2020 and come out on the other side of it, although, you know, albeit we had to spend some money to do it, we will recover that money. It will come back to us. Now, it's the politicians of both parties who don't take the surplus, that war surplus that we're going to get from the increasing economy and pay off the debt. They just won't do things like that.
Wow.
Because that doesn't get them votes. Both parties do it.
Carrie's talking junk, by the way, while you're doing this.
Brian, what's with all the rapper cranking? Rachel says Brian snacking and singing.
By the way, let's just do a reminder here. Right around this area. What does this say? Whose name is right here?
It says Brian and Jannelle.
Oh, so that's my name? So if I want to do this, I can do that as much as I want.
Oh. Brian is snacking on mini wheat.
Wow.
Chew
My
with your
name
mouth
is on
open.
there.
Chew with your mouth open. Show them.
Phil says, tell Dave Armandoville is 5 minutes from Dutchman Restaurant. You guys need to do a remote Thursday from there next week. I'll buy Dave a whole hog of bacon.
Oh.
So that exists then, Armandoville? Cannot.
No, it doesn't exist.
No,
It's
it
a
does
fictitious
exist.
place.
He
It's like Narnia.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Narnia. It's like inside the wardrobe in Spare Oom.
Oh.
It's
not
real,
real.
Brian.
It's not
It's
real.
real. It's real to him. It's
Yeah.
real in there.
That's all that matters.
If
Brian.
you can dream it, you can be it, Brian. That's a lie.
Yeah, that's the biggest
That's what
lie.
you tell your kids when they're young.
Don't tell them that.
You could be anything you want to be.
Roseanne
She
says-
tells her kids that.
Brian,
That's a lie.
stop with the crunching. What's a lie that I tell my kids?
You could be anything you want to be.
I do not tell my kids.
Look at all these people acting like they're the boss of me.
No matter who's in the house, Team Jannelle, baby. Woo!
Look at all these people. Like,
What you eating, girl? What's up? I was eating mini wheat.
You got like a whole grocery store over
Well,
there.
I brought it to keep it here, and almond milk.
Ugh.
yeah, why don't you talk junk about that? The woman's
Almond
putting a
milk.
gallon of milk
Almond
in her
milk
purse.
is awesome.
What's wrong with milk?
Wait a minute, did you say milk?
I knew that as soon as it came out of my mouth. I knew that was good.
Do you know what she said yesterday in that letter? Do it because it was a serious conversation. Do you know what's that animal that looks like a dog, but it's wild?
Wolf.
Woof.
A wolf.
I said it yesterday. What was it about? What was it about?
Wolf.
It's a wolf.
What do you call
I
it?
didn't ask you what sound a dog makes.
What do you call it?
A wolf.
Wolf.
I don't hear a difference.
Wolf.
It sounds exactly like what we're saying.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was so because you were making this like really profound point. I was like, yes. You're like, it's like the wolf, and when you do the, I was like, but I didn't say anything.
That is
I let
really
it go.
annoying. He'll do that.
I'm your
I'll
friend.
be talking. No.
I let it go.
I'll be talking to him, and he'll be like laughing in places that it's like. And I want to keep going because I'm like, okay,
But
we're
now
grown.
you think like you have something on your face or something.
Yeah.
Hit pause quick. Hey, Carrie.
Do you think, Brian, if you had something hanging off your face, would Brian tell you or would he just laugh at you?
He would tell me.
This was my point about edges yesterday.
Yo,
Everybody's
calm
telling me I
down.
can't talk about her edges.
Yo.
They're saying I can't, and I said, friend, like you get a friend, they got a booger. You know they're your friend if they tell you.
Do I have one?
No, you don't have one.
Okay.
It's when someone's not a friend. Like, you know when you hang out with someone, you go in there, you look in the mirror, you're offended because they didn't tell you.
Mike.
Friends don't let friends have crazy edges.
Mike, who's
right?
actually a new Mike, says hit the off switch on Brian when Dave's on, please.
Yeah, but Charles wants to know too, what in the world is milk? What's milk?
What's milk? What do you think it is?
Milk.
You drink milk.
What's bagel? Milk with bagel.
What's an orange? Could I get some
Wow.
almonds?
Is this a Christian radio station? Wow.
This is the internet. It's not a radio station.
Yeah.
Christopher says, Dave, you should hold classes for investing principles. I'd be a customer. I could be your assistant. I'll keep you in line while you answer
Good
questions.
luck with that.
Yeah. You'll be
Yeah,
fired the first
today.
week.
Now, we have talked a long time about doing something where we would bring people together, and then the pandemic happened. But I think we probably could, it's up, Moody Radio, of course, very conservative. Maybe they don't want to do that right now. But at the right and appropriate time, I would like to bring people together and have kind of what I would call an investing 101. Because the thing that I get from a lot of people is, where do I open up an account? They think that's the first step to investing. But it starts before that. Otherwise, what you're going to do is you're going to invest in something, and you're going to have an emergency, and you're going to need money. And where are you going to go? You're going to go to the brokerage account in a stock that you bought that is down, and so the $1,000 you put in is now worth $600, and you got to pull the money out. And so we're trying to avoid those things. I want to give you guys the real principles of investing, not selling anything, not steering anybody in any direction except for wise investing. That's what we want to do.
Oh, this is fun. So this might become a thing, so I will announce it here. NBC says one year ago, so it's still February, so I don't know why they say 1 year ago. The pandemic changed how we live. Send us your last photo of life as we knew it. Do you remember the last thing you did when life was normal?
Every day is normal for me.
You were like,
Nothing changed.
you out.
Nothing has really changed at all in my life, Janelle. I'm not quite sure
I
what you're
gotta wear a
talking
stupid
about.
mask
frankly.
everywhere.
Wow, I remember. Remember that men's conference? We were like, yeah, women's conference. Oh, yeah. We had like 1,000 men there.
And then we had to do it online.
Oh, man. Sarah says, thank you. The crinkling was driving me crazy. I didn't know how to say it. Brian, enjoy your bar, but open it away from the mic. Wow, you getting checked
Look,
today.
I don't think it was the crinkling that drove
Wow.
Sarah crazy. I think it was something long that made you that way. So
When I don't know something I'm watching, I change the channel. How about that?
I don't
Yeah.
tell people what to do.
Yeah, Lauren, walk worthy, the last normal thing. Charles says he loves your idea. Charles Walker says, I went to Mardi Gras last year and came home to total chaos. Man, what else?
No Mardi Gras this year.
Yeah, none of that. I'm going to Cedar Point this year, though. I'm going to be a disobedient wife. He got last year.
Whoa.
Slow down.
I was supposed to be in New Orleans on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, what happened?
The storm
Nolans.
Nobody says.
No, I've never heard anybody.
You been there?
Yeah, my parents used to live there.
It's NOLA.
NOLA, I hear a lot. Yeah.
New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yeah.
NOLA.
Now there are people when we go down there that we talk. There was a guy. So I'm at we have all these, and they say, "Hey, well, sit in the loge while you're here. Don't sit in a normal seat."
The Loge?
I'm like, "Yeah, I'll sit in the loge." And this guy's talking to me. I'm like, I have no idea what you're saying right now, but I don't want to be rude.
Is it like New Orleans for bathroom, like lavatory, or the
The
no?
Loge?
The lounge.
The loge.
No, the loge.
At
football
the
stadium.
yeah, you've
Loge?
never been to
Yeah.
those?
You never been to a loge?
Those are the best.
of course
You're
you've
messing
never
with me.
No, it's like a suite.
Baseballs have it. I
Yeah.
went to the Indian.
You think
one.
I go to a suite?
This is
Do
a
you even
suite
know me?
at the stadium.
First of all,
where they have
sports.
catering and
It's the best.
Stadium. It's a thing. Sounds like lounge. Like you're mispronouncing lounge.
loge.
Luge?
Loge.
So it's
It's like
Olympic
a
sport.
hotel style room, and then you're like
Luge.
on the balcony watching the game.
Yeah, you have your own seats and it's
It's a
segregated.
suite.
They bring
Yeah, it's a
food. But it,
Sweet.
wow.
That's another way to say it.
Well, no, but educate them, because then we're gonna be in public. Somebody's gonna be talking about the
I don't have
Loge,
time
and he's
to
not gonna
educate
know.
him. I don't have that much time. He needs so much education.
You
We
need to
have
be
to pick
calm.
and choose our moments.
It's edumacation. Thank you. I don't know what you're talking about with your luge.
I'm a college graduate.
You know what? I'm hungry too, and now I'm self-conscious about eating my.
And people are like
Look at you.
mad.
You
yeah.
get to sit there and watch this eating, and I got to sit here and wait
Well,
now.
Brian,
What?
crinkling the wrapper.
Oh my gosh, even Miss
I mean,
Viola
really.
is like, to tell the truth, it was a bit annoying, and I'm not easily annoyed.
Why don't you put it on a plate and cut it up with a knife and a fork and like when George was eating his Snickers bar. How do you eat yours? Are you a savage?
You can't please these people.
These people.
Charles says they're messing with us. I've never heard of this. You guys need to get out. And
He's never heard of
I
one.
think the Loge, it was when you guys were talking about the Loge.
You know what I meant, right?
I've been to the Loge for the Cavs
I'm sure
and
you
for
have.
the
I'm sure
baseball.
you have.
It sounds
Several
like
times.
either someone who can't pronounce luge or someone who can't pronounce lounge.
Sweet. No, Loge is.
You're like, I'm in Louisiana. They're like, hey, let's go hang out in the luge. And I was like, what? Why do they say that? Is that Creole? Is that
Wow.
is that like
Well,
gumbo?
If you get somebody in New Orleans from like the Bayou, you cannot understand.
Right.
It's like I don't know what language you're speaking, but it ain't English. So.
David is wondering, and I think he's in your team. He goes, Brian doesn't like sports. You gotta
Where you
educate
been,
him.
Dave?
Educate him.
One of my son showed me this thing where there was a news report in Ireland about a sheep farmer whose sheep were stolen,
Yes.
and they had to put subtitles because the dude was speaking like his accent in Ireland was so bad that even the Irish didn't understand him.
Yes. Yeah. That's you can get that in New Orleans for sure.
In the bayou.
No, in the city. So when I used to stay downtown because all the players live downtown near the stadium, even though the practice facility. So they don't practice in the stadium. There's only one team in the NFL that practices at their stadium, and that's the Cincinnati Bengals, because they're too cheap to build a practice facility. So they just practice at their stadium.
I thought that was a 80s girl group, Bengals.
The Bengals? It
Yeah.
was, yes. But most teams have a facility
That's all they get.
some other place. So they go to the stadium. Town around the French Quarter. We didn't go to the French Quarter because tourists go there, but you'd get people that you're like, I have no idea what they're saying to me right now.
Wow.
Could I translate this on Google? What? So
If you need help anytime you meet with any of those football players or anything like that, just let us know. We'll be there.
Tell them to meet you at the lodge.
Oh, I'm not. They're gonna take you to like this wooden place.
Meet you. Yeah,
The
lodge, of
Loge.
course.
It's Loge. You see how Pamela spelled it?
it's probably the French way to say it. It sounds like it might be
I
French.
think Judy suddenly doesn't like me anymore.
What did she say?
I don't know if you ever
Ryan,
did.
do you have tattoos?
I do. Obviously.
Rachel said.
Show us the one on your huge bicep.
Didn't
Oh, wait
you
a minute.
hear-
Exactly. Thank you.
When you hear me, don't you immediately think that dude's tatted up? As they say.
Tatted.
No, I've got two. I've got.
Do you have a motorcycle?
I can't show that one. Just
Bye, Charles.
just kidding.
Bye,
No,
Charles.
no. Okay, so I've got this one, and it's a abstract representation of Psalm 127 about the quiver full of arrows. A man's blessed.
Let's see.
I didn't want to have a bunch of arrows and people be like, "Oh, you like archery?" That didn't hurt at all. Didn't hurt at all. But so no, it's got 5 stripes. It's an arrow. It's got 5 for my 5 kids.
That's nice.
And then this one is, in case you can't see, it's a radio microphone. It's got 12:2 at the bottom. Romans 12:2.
You should renew your vows with Sarah.
Why y'all up to my business? That's like every day married to me is renewing your vows.
Yeah.
April says, "Hey Dave, I say milk too. Got a question. Just bought a house with a variable rate last year. New administration
Wow.
making us nervous. Should we refinance with fixed rate?
Why
Who
did you
has
buy a
the best
variable
rate?"
rate in this environment? Who talked you into that, April? Why didn't you call me first? When rates are below 3%, don't buy a variable rate. Buy a fixed rate. 30 years, I don't care what anybody else says. I feel so confident that I'm right about this because it gives you ultimate flexibility. You can make it a 10-year mortgage if you want to pay faster on it. But I would strongly consider refinancing to a fixed rate right now because they're never going to be lower than they are right now. This is the time. And the lowest rate, you got to do your research. Go out there and, you know, your particular finances might be a little bit different than other people's. You might have better finances, better credit rating, or whatever. So a lot of your rate's going to be based on your credit rating. If you're 740 or better, you're going to get the best rates. Just go out and do it. Do it right now. I like Costco.
Do it. Remember that song?
Let's beat it. Let's beat it.
Do it. Well, so. That's what I sing to my kids.
I don't think "Do It" is a different
Just
song.
do it as Nike.
No, do it.
He did was Michael Jackson. But who's keeping score, really?
Hey, I use the song to my advantage.
Do it. I don't think we're singing that song here.
I think there's a 90s song by Color Me Bad.
What was that? Oh, no.
Or maybe Marvin Gaye did that one. Do It.
No. I use that song.
That's a Julie Flattery
I
song.
changed the song for my thing. Nancy says your microphone was not turned away and the package
When are we
loud.
gonna drop
Now
this?
that it's turned away, all is good. Wow.
When are we going to drop this? I'm waiting to eat my candy bar. It's a protein bar.
Adios, Rachel. All right, we gotta go, my guy. Okay, we gotta go. Wow, it's mad late.
Sarah was laughing at your. Do it, do it, do it, do it.
I like the Weird Al Yankovic version of it.
Yeah, eat it.